Haven't you been out hunting for the last 2 weeks? Whoa, Hunter. I didn't mean to startle you, sorry. Mind putting the steak down? I'm not really in the playtime mood. And we've already established I'm not going to harm you from our last meeting. Thank you. So, did you miss me? I asked you first. Never mind how I found out where you live or how I got into your home. To be honest, it wasn't rocket science, and you were in mine plenty of times without being invited, so you'll get over my intrusion. Besides, it doesn't seem like you had any plans for tonight anyway. What is that you're watching? Saw? I thought you weren't a fan of the bad guys. Or are you just against the bad girls? Is that why you were hell-bent on capturing me? Fine, don't answer. I see you're still angry with me for entrancing you. Look, I get it. No one wants to be manipulated or have their memories tampered with, but I did what was best for you, for both of us. Don't I get any credit? Well, because you still remember what I did. You just don't know why. I mean, it should count for something that I wasn't abrasive. I didn't manipulate you to control you. I did it to protect you. I just got rid of memories that didn't need to be remembered. Ones that were better off wiped. I returned you to the same relatively clean slate you already had. Nothing more and nothing less. I know that. I know it still doesn't feel right. I know you feel like I've done you a disservice, but sometimes doing what's best is just not what feels right. That's why it's a sacrifice. And it was my sacrifice. What? No. I'm not trying to be an ass hunter. I didn't entrance you as some sort of power move or to get some kind of upper hand. God, you've read my entire journal, and while I did focus the majority of my entries on my activities, there were also some more sincere experiences too that showed who I am. Or try to be. Do you just go around assuming my every motive is based in having all the power all the time? Even after all you've read? Well, has it ever occurred to you that being the most powerful person in the room gets difficult? I might enjoy something sometimes and resent it at others. Things like having all the power, both physically and mentally. Things like how I often have to make decisions that I hate making just to save certain people. Decisions where I choose to not disrupt someone's peace, where I sacrifice experiences I want very badly for their happiness and sanity to be above my own, just because I know I have the power to preserve it for them. I'm not this heartless, brutal creature you have in mind. I still have some humanity left. Sorry I don't fit the typical stereotype of vampires you've hunted down and ended over the years, but you should know a lot of them were good too. I don't even know why I bothered coming here tonight. Why? What's the point of me staying when you're committed to misunderstanding my every motive? Fine, I'll stay. Forgive me, Hunter. I didn't come here to upset you or taunt you or argue. I know you have your own experiences, and I'm sure in having slayed so many vampires over the years, you found yourself entranced at times by those that did it just to be spiteful or control you. I see why you'd resent me for taking away a part of the memory you made during your time with me. I even see why you hate the act itself, but I need you to believe me when I say that's not what I did it at all. Control and spite had no part in it. I already told you it was to protect you. I've lived for a very, very long time. You haven't. So you don't know what a blessing it is to have a choice of what you do and don't remember. To have the option to forget it all the bad stuff, all the heavy, dark shit that weighs you down as you get older. I don't want to talk about that. Look, I came here just to make sure you were doing all right. I see you are, and that's all I needed to see. I'll go now. What? Oh. Well, after I released you, I wanted to make sure you got home safely. It was pretty late at night. I followed you home, and that's how I knew where you lived. That's how I got here tonight. And what? I did mention you not hunting for 2 weeks earlier, didn't I? Well, after I followed you that night, I wanted to see to it that life resumed as usual for you. But it didn't because you haven't been hunting for 2 weeks. Why is that? You used to follow me almost every night before I captured you, yet you haven't followed me or any other vampire at all since then. Have you lost interest? You can tell me if I screwed up your life. I can fix it if you want. Last time you chose to keep your memories of knowing me and being captured, but I could just eliminate them entirely if that's something you need to move forward. Whoa, why are you getting mad at me for that? I'm offering a solution. Oh. Wow. Hunter, I guess I never really saw it that way. As a vampire that has abilities that can potentially help people heal pain and forget negative experiences, I guess I just focus on using those as solutions. They've always been problem solvers for me. I understand. I just never considered how someone might prefer to remember their issues or have to grieve their pains and naturally heal or carry them. That's a very human approach. It's quite beautiful, actually. Brave and admirable. Yes. Compromise in what way, Hunter? You are relentless. All right. I can do that. I can try, at least. But don't push for more, okay? If you really are so independent and courageous that you want to know absolutely everything behind my motive for entrancing you, then give me time to tell you, because it involves me and memories I wish I didn't have as well. And I'm not willing to open that door quite yet. The only difference is it's not for your sake now, but for my own. Do we have a deal? And do you promise to not get angry with what I reveal next? I'll have to touch your temples to return the memories to you. Is that all right? Have it your way then, Hunter. So now you see. What I made you forget was me drinking from you, That's all. Let me explain. Let me finish. You saw in your recollection, you wanted to be my pet. You wanted to stay with me, right? In whatever way that managed to happen. I found that drinking from you made me see things in your blood that made me want to keep you and care for you. And not just as a pet, but as a person, my person. And the last time I did that, especially for another hunter, it was a foolish mistake. I've already told you all of this, but that hunter almost killed me. The worst part is they didn't kill me, but they might as well have. They weren't successful, not in the literal sense of killing me, but I guess I'm still physically here all these years later, but a piece of me was taken that day, and I never really recovered. Maybe because I had to take that piece out myself. Or maybe it's because I was forced to in order to survive. I had to kill them to still be here today, and I think a part of me didn't make it. I wept and I screamed in agony and I grieved while I drove that stake through their heart. It felt like I was doing it to myself in the process. Sometimes I feel like staking them hurt more than if I just let them stake me like they tried to. Don't look at me like that. Like I'm a wounded bird who needs you to fix her broken wing. I've learned to fly again. I just don't go out of bounds. Ever. And you're out of bounds, Hunter. You're right at the edge of where I know I shouldn't go. And still you've stirred an interest in me that makes me want to explore you and know more about you. I don't know what to do with it. I just know what I want, and it's you.